Hello, everyone. I'm Golda,
And I'm Jamie.
and welcome to the J Gold Impact.
So, for today's episode, we thought we would talk with you all about the importance of taking vacations.
Yes, it's a very important subject because when we looked up the statistics, we saw that Americans, on the average, only 42% took vacation annually, which is a very small volume considering, 58% of us are not taking vacations annually.
Right. And I think one of the reasons why that stat is so surprising is that for me personally, I need vacations to feel balanced. I cannot work all year without any time off.
Yes, and in our previous episodes, we were always talking about mental health, well-being, and taking a check-in on to see how you are physically and mentally. And we're very pro on vacation. So we wanted to talk about Paris,
Yes.
our favorite destination, vacation destination. Paris, je t'aime.
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. So in looking up Paris as a whole, the population in Paris is only 2 million, but Ile-de-France in Paris is 13 million. And when we look at it in 2023, Paris had 47 million visitors that year, okay, which was roughly around 21 billion in revenues. Yes, $21 billion in revenue, which totals it's like 30% of the overall GDP of France, which is significant, right? Eiffel Tower being one of the biggest draws, and also the Louvre Museum. So we wanted to just tell you how we arrived at France as being our favorite destination. Because prior to that, we were gung-ho and set on Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to France, we had gone to Italy, I think, almost every year since 2013?
I do not remember.
Or something like that. We had been Italy. We went to Amalfi Coast, we went to Naples, we were in Positano. I mean, we were just
Pisa.
all over Italy, right? We drove on the Autostrada. I didn't personally, but the husband did. And so we were all pro Italy. And then it shifted when Jamie went to do a study abroad in France because she was like, being a teenager, I'm tired of Italy. And she's like, can we try somewhere else? And so she did a study abroad in Paris. And that's how it started, right, Jay?
Right. So when I was in college, I had the opportunity to study abroad. However, because I was studying finance at the time, there were only a few countries where my school had programs with, their business schools, and France being one of those options. That said, what really stood out to me about this program in Paris was that I was able to study finance, but also fashion. And that was something that I was really passionate about at the time because I had personally never taken any classes on how to sew or about the history of fashion.
And so, yes, so we basically dropped ship from Italy and did a quick U-turn and changed our opinions, I should say, not moved, but changed our opinions and then started going to France. One, because Jamie was doing study abroad there, and two, because, we wanted to see her. So we started going to Paris.
Yes. And it's funny because when we first went to Paris, we didn't realize how much we would love it. It was a complete surprise.
Yes.
But truly, from the first moments we landed, it felt like a happy place for us.
Yes. So story time. So one of our fond memories where we went to Paris in December, right? And it's 6 hours flight from New York into Charles de Gaulle. And we got there and we landed. And of course, our strategy is we stay up all day and we sleep in the nights and kind of get ourselves acclimated for the next day, right? So that day we flew in Christmas Eve and arrived at Paris at Christmas. And of course, our hotel was not ready at the time. So Jamie and I, left the husband and we decided to stroll down one of these Rue Saint, was it?
We don't need to share the name, but
one of these rues, the streets. And we bumped into like this great festival and it was like food and they were giving out things and all of that, right? And we were like, oh my God, we have to try this, right? And so we spoke to the person. They're like, yes, you can try whatever. Meanwhile, we had our little Christmas little things on our heads, decorations and things. Being Americans, right? This is what we do. And of course, we get there. And go ahead, Jamie, tell the story.
Yep. So we arrive and it's this beautiful market of just
Yes.
like so many delicious foods. There's baguette, which is like French bread. There's cheese. And then the creme de la creme, this beautiful mushroom soup.
Yes, we never had mushroom soup before, so we were like, the folks, in charge of it said, "Oh, would you like to try?" And we're like, "Sure." So Jamie and I, they gave us a cup of it, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good!"
It
And then,
was so decadent and
yes,
thick and rich and flavorful and hot
yes,
and just so perfect because it was pretty chilly outside.
yes, because it was really cold. Like I said, we arrived in December, and then we moved on to the baguettes, and we sampled. And then what else did we sample? We sampled the honey.
Yes,
And they had the
honey, the
cheese.
cheese.
And it was just really great. And we're like, oh my gosh, these Parisians are really something. They know how to really have a nice little festival.
Yes, it felt like we just bumped into this beautiful food market.
Yes. And then we were like, oh, how much does it cost? And they're like, no, 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 it's free.
And we're like, wow, that's so generous. It must be some sort of food parade in honor of Christmas.
Yes.
It just was so lovely.
And then after we inquired and everything, what did we find out, Jamie?
We were like, can we please have some more information on this food festival? What is it in honor of? How long, will you be open? Like, can we come back tomorrow? Like, we'd love to continue celebrating with you. And what did we find out, Mom?
That it was in honor of the homeless people.
They
In Paris, and we were like, oh, that was awkward because we were just visiting and we were by no means homeless. But I guess because we were so enthusiastic about being there, they felt sorry for us and just had us partake of everything, right?
Right. So, long story short, we stumbled upon a soup kitchen.
Yes. Yes. But needless to say, we loved it. We loved it
Yes.
so much. We're like, oh yes, this is amazing. We're not coming back to take advantage of the soup kitchen, but this is France and this is what they do for their homeless people. So that's just one of the examples of how we've had like a great fun time in Paris, and we're always open-minded to anything that happens, and we're always looking. We walk, we eat, we talk, and we'll walk for hours and we find out things. Correct, Jenny?
Absolutely. And I
Yes.
think it's one of those places where you really don't need an itinerary because just by walking amongst the streets, you'll stumble into a beautiful soup kitchen or a
Yes.
museum,
Right.
shopping, bakeries. There are so many things you can do just by exploring.
Yes. And this is why we say, Paris, we love you, because even in your soup kitchens, you guys showed up.
Yes. I mean, my goodness, who would have thought?
Yes,
That was like
yes.
a luxurious soup kitchen.
Yes. But going back to the importance of vacation, it's very important to take a mental break away from work. A lot of times we get caught up in working and not taking vacation, and it's not healthy for us. And the importance of being able to separate yourself from the work stress and having some time to take vacation so you can re-energize and come back is very important. But like we said, 42% of Americans are taking vacation, and that's really a small percentage because 62% of us are not.
Yeah. 58% of us are not.
50, oh, there you go with my math, right? 58% of us are not. So again, we're saying these from our perspective and our enjoyment because yes, we can go on about the places we visited and the fun times we've had and the amazing food we've eaten. But again, this is not that video. The video is the importance of taking vacation because we stumbled on a soup kitchen and we still have fond memories. And I think this was like some years ago. So the importance of taking vacation, it doesn't matter where you go. Just get away from the office, get away from all the stress, all the work, and just compartmentalize and de-stress.
Right. And I think that's a great point because you don't need to even get on an airplane. You don't need to go far away. I know some people even enjoy staycations, meaning you have time off from work and you explore your local area.
Yes.
Maybe you finally visit that one restaurant that's been on your list or that new museum that has opened up. Maybe you go visit a friend because you finally have the time.
Yes. And catch up and have some me time.
Yeah.
You know, vacation doesn't mean you have to be expensive and you have to go to these grandiose places like Jamie just said. Sometimes it's just taking the time to get away from work, even binge watching Netflix.
Right.
You know, just something that's going to refresh, re-energize you. And that's the importance. And that's the part that why we're making this video, to say it's very important to take vacation, and it's very important to take time for yourself. Again, we're always about self-care. We're always about mental health, and we're always about staying safe and having a good time.
Definitely. Yes.
Yes.
And I think also it's so important to check in with yourself
Yes.
and maybe think about some of the ways you want to spend that extra time.
Yes.
Because I know sometimes when we have days off, we might not know what to do. But I think like it could be really nice to pause and think about some of the things that'll make you feel good and plan for a day off to do that.
Right. And again, just make a little plan. You know, we spoke about word of the year. We spoke about action plans to do. This is one of those also that you can throw into that to say, you know what? Vacation is vacation. 90% of us get paid for this vacation time. So use it wisely and don't carry it over into the next year, because then when you carry it over to the next year, that means for this year, you didn't self-care, you didn't take care of yourself, and you didn't take time to separate from the company and get a mental break. Yes. So that's it for today.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We would love to hear all the fun places you've been and all the fun travels that you've had. And if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification button and give us a like.
And comment.
And comment, because we'd really love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. See you
Okay.
soon.
Bye.